Hello everybody, this is Peter Beckenham, the Village Marketer, and of course, as always, talking to you from my little Thai village way up near the Cambodian and the Lao borders. And what I want to share with you today is, are you ready for success in sales? Are you ready for success in sales? The reason for this topic is because there's a lot of people who've been negotiating and talking with me over the last month or two are all having a bit of a struggle with their sales, okay? Claire, thank you for joining. Thank you very much. Good to see you. I hope you get some value from this, okay? So people have been struggling to get the sales result they want or whatever it may be. And in talking to them, there's some interesting things come out. And I thought I'd share with you 5 questions that you ought to be asking yourself, okay, in order to see whether in fact you are ready to achieve success in sales. Lynette, thank you for joining. Good to see you. Thanks for Malaysia being here, okay? So, if you've got a pen, jot them down, okay? This is the first question you need to ask yourself, and be honest with yourself, because the bottom line is this: in order to be ready to succeed in sales, there are certain things need to happen, all right? 1, how strong is your desire? Deep down inside you. Hey, Jim, good to see you. Thanks for joining me, mate. Deep down inside you, okay, do you have a desire to succeed in sales? Or do you just hope that someone else can do it for you and you really don't want to get involved? Okay? If you're a one-person show, then you don't have too many options here, right? If you're trying to run a business online, but you don't want to get involved in sales, well, then we've got a bit of a challenge on our hands here, right? So deep down inside you, you've got to have a desire to be able to want to succeed in sales. But I'll put a caveat on there for you, a rider on there for you. The way that you can succeed in sales does not have to be the way the traditional sales things have been done. In other words, if your desire to succeed in sales is in a way that fits with your personality, is in a way that fits with your values and your self-belief and your confidence levels, that's all you need. And I'll come back to traditional sales approaches in a minute. Hang in there, because I want you to understand something. It's very important to you. So the first one is a desire. The second one is, are you committed? How committed are you to really make a success of yourself? Okay, these are simple questions, but deep, important questions you need to ask yourself. The bottom line is this: most people know what they need to do certain things, right? The problem is they don't do it. I mean, for example, everybody knows if you want to lose weight, right? You got to eat less and take exercise. But the problem is doing it. Now, the same thing applies to sales. Most people know, even if you're a rank amateur, most people know that in order to be at least some sort of success in sales, you need to do some prospecting every day. You need to be talking to people. You need to be building relationships with people. You need to be listening to people. You need to be in a situation where you can provide help and support to people. Okay, you know all that. The problem is doing it is the issue. In other words, committed to doing it, all right? And of course, I can tell you, there are times in sales when it gets tough, and that challenges your commitment. I mean, it's not easy. It's really not easy to come up with new people to talk to every day, to ask tough questions, to take a risk, to go the extra mile for your prospective customer. It's not easy to do this, right? It's not easy. I appreciate that. But you've got to have commitment. You truly have to have a commitment. The bottom line is this: the desire, right? Step 1, the first question, the desire would be, how would you say this? It would be the opening stage, but the commitment and the determination to do it, how would you say that? That's truly a game-changing one, okay? So if you don't have the commitment, then the desire is going to sink in the mud anyway, right? Number 3, how's your mindset? How's your mindset when it comes to sales, all right? I mean, honestly, sales is all about opportunity. And if you think the opportunity is going to come your way, you know what? They will. But if you don't think the opportunities will ever come your way, well, guess what? They probably won't. Craig, thanks for joining, mate. Thank you very much. Jim, Tom, the guts. Absolutely. Prospect, the most neglected. Absolutely, Jim. That's true. That's true. Coming from a sales expert. So in terms of mindset, if your mind is, no, I'm not sure whether I'll ever be any good in sales or whether I'll ever get the opportunities to come. If you think that way, it's going to happen. You're not going to get them, all right? So be careful with that. Number four, accept responsibility for the outcomes that you achieve, for the results that you get. Do not start blaming everybody else for the poor results that you get. Pearl, thanks for joining. Lovely to see you. If your sales results aren't what you want, don't blame anybody else. Don't blame the system. Don't blame the product. It's probably you. It's probably you, all right? I can tell you, I've heard some brilliant excuses, all right? There's many people who can come up with the most unbelievable excuses for whenever they have a failure in sales. Just bear in mind, those same people are the ones that actually fail, okay? So don't look for excuses. Look for ways to overcome your situation and take responsibility, okay? Number 5, face your sales demons, okay? Now, this is very important. I want you to listen very carefully to this. This is where the rubber meets the road. Your sales demons may have come because of your past experiences, or perhaps because of the way you've been treated by other salespeople, or by a range of things, okay? I want you to understand this. I'm not talking about traditional sales methods. That's not what you should be doing. What I mean by traditional sales methods is this. And traditional sales methods were great 20, 30, 40, 50 and more years ago, but not now. The traditional sales approach was this. First, corral your prospects, surround them, box them in, all right? In other words, you had scripts for everything. If they said this, then you'd say that. If they said this, you'd say that. I mean, it's a whole lot of artificial, manipulated conversations. That's what it was, okay? Nothing real. It was all fake enthusiasm. And the bottom line was, don't care too much about the person. Just get them to like you somehow and get on with it. So that's corralling your prospects. I'm not talking about that sort of sales. But you could have experienced that. That could have affected you in terms of your sales demons. The second part of traditional sales was wear them down. Wear them down. You've heard all the story that the fortune's in the follow-up, right? Well, that's a bit of a fallacy too, right? Sure, you need to follow up. But if you follow up and follow up and follow up and follow up, in fact, yesterday, I saw a very well-known sales trainer, okay, who was talking about 10 to 15 follow-ups with a potential prospect in order to get the sale. You got to be kidding, right? You got to be kidding. I mean, if you're going to do 10 or 15 follow-ups, it's because you had a pretty damn hopeless sales strategy in the first place. When you corralled them with all your artificial manipulated conversations, it didn't work then. And if you're going to follow them up and follow them up, you're going to drive them crazy, right? Crazy. Don't do that. Third, the other part about traditional sales is go for the money. I mean, I remember when I was in the life insurance industry in the 1980s, right? Last century, showing my age, right? But I had a sales manager at one stage that said to me, Peter, if they fog a mirror and they've got a credit card, they're a potential prospect for you. Never forgot that, right? If they fog a mirror and they've got a credit card, they're a potential prospect. I actually believed him at the stage. How stupid could I be, right? Crazy. I mean, the bottom line is if you're just going for the money, okay, then really the sale is the only outcome that counts for you. Reputation, forget it. Okay, doing the right thing by the potential client, forget it. Just get the sale. Nothing else counts. Now, one of these people had refunds and cancellations of 30 and 40 and 50%, right? What I'm talking about in terms of your sales demons is address your sales demons along the lines of, instead of going around sales that way, approach it as if you were an advocate for your prospect. In other words, serve, not sell. In other words, help, not harass. Huge difference, right? The outcome that we're seeking is not a sale. Of course, we all like sales, but the outcome you're seeking by using an advocate approach where you're helping people is clarity. Clarity. In other words, you're getting to understand exactly what the prospect's pain point, desires, and issues are, and they're getting to understand you and your potential opportunity to help them overcome that problem. That's the clarity issue. And I can assure you this, if you use this approach, the sales will take care of themselves. You will get more sales, better quality sales, and much more referrals, and people will be advocating your services because you didn't push them into a barrel. You didn't corral them. You didn't fake it to them, okay? In other words, you'll get less stress, less pressure, much more qualified prospects, and a far better quality sales result. Now, I'll tell you more about that in coming videos. That's my thoughts for today. Call to action for you. Call to action. If any of those 5 questions, right, cause you any angst or pain, I'll just repeat them to you. 1, how strong is your desire for success in sales? 2, how committed are you to achieving what you need to do what you need to do to achieve success in sales? 3, how's your mindset when it comes to sales? 4, I can't remember what it was. Yeah, accept responsibility for your outcomes in sales. And 5, your demons. What really are your demons? Are they real or are they not that real? If you think in terms of a modern way of selling, perhaps those demons are not even there, okay? If any of those 5 questions cause you angst and concern, then reach out and connect with me. If you're watching this in Facebook, whether it's on a live or it's on the replay, send me a personal message and I can talk with you about that. Because it's something you need to get sorted out, okay? If you're watching this on YouTube, for example, the replay, leave me a comment or click the link underneath the video and connect with me there. That's my message for you today. I hope you found it helpful. Sales is something that will really take you by storm if you approach it the right way. If you approach it in the traditional, box them in, wear them down, go for the money, I can tell you, you're not only going to fail, you lose a lot of friends. Okay, I hope you found that helpful. Until next time, best wishes from Thailand. Leave me a comment, leave me a like if you found it helpful. All the best. Bye for now.